Well, welcome to everyone. I'm delighted to open this breakfast and first say thank you for being here, Randy. We have all admired greatly your incredible national reputation, and thank you for your friendship. I also want to just begin my remarks by saying how grateful I am for the extraordinary leadership of our union president, Steve Smith, who has been a real partner, and all of the work that we are accomplishing here in the school district is because of partnership with our great teachers, led by Steve Smith and the Providence Teachers Union. I also want to thank Tom Brady for his incredible leadership. I was very lucky to persuade him to come here about 2 years ago, and he's done a great job in not only moving our district forward, but really understanding the value of working in a collaborative way. I believe as mayor of the city that the single most important responsibility that we have as a city is to ensure that children in Providence have access to the highest quality public education possible. And I want to acknowledge the members of the City Council over here. They have been great partners in supporting the work of the Providence School District for many, many years, and thank them for their work as well. But I strongly believe that we can do that successfully when we work together in partnership with a single focus on how do we improve teaching and learning, how do we accelerate student achievement, how do we ensure that all of the different levels of government, all of the different stakeholders, from teachers to parents to principals to elected officials to communities, are all working to support the success and healthy development of our kids. And that happens as a result of great partnerships. And I know the General Assembly, I want to thank Senator Goodland, President Piper Weed for their leadership. They have been part of the charge that is working hard to develop and implement a school funding formula so that we can no longer be the only state in America that doesn't have one. And I thank them for that. That's a key part of this. We're doing this work with extraordinary success in Providence in the face of diminishing resources. And I think that's the other story here, is that the work that's being done is being done because of this intense and deeply embedded partnership, and is being done in the absence of adequate resources. And you can only imagine where we could be as a city, as a state, and as a country if we made the proper level of investment in public education. Because when you look at what we're accomplishing with with bare resources, the possibilities are endless when we have a school funding formula and when we're nationally investing at the right levels. But I just want to end by saying that one of the things I'm most proud of is that when we did the Race to the Top competition, we were able to demonstrate a real partnership in a way different from lots of other places around the country, and an understanding that if we're going to be successful, if our kids are going to be successful, it's going to come about as a result of a shared mission and a shared commitment, both to our great teachers, to our principals, to our kids, and working to accomplish the things that we know that we can do.
Because we're all here in this room for student achievement, to do the right things for the children of Providence. That's why we're here. And to do that is just, it's incredibly obvious that we're going to work with professionals who are going to make that happen. And so of all the models, we've selected this labor management compact. We have 120 days, and we're going to get some outside experts to help us work through it, because quite frankly, there'll be a lot of work. There'll be bumps in the road. We understand that. But if you go in collaboratively with the right sense, then you can work through those issues, because we clearly have, and we've demonstrated that in the last 18 months. And so I'm proud to give a report from the district point of view on how we're approaching this and how we're intent on making it happen, because at the end of the day, that student achievement will grow, and we owe it to the children to do that. And so that's the framework. Unfortunately, there's no manuals out there to say, oh yeah, please give me that compact, and we'll just take it. It's not. It's revolutionary. And so we're working together to make that happen. So when you come back in 120 days, you will see detailed plans at both the district level and the school level that we will be implementing over the next 3 years, with accountability, with data-driven decisions, and the right interventions for those children in a very collaborative mode. So that's a report from the district level. And it wouldn't happen without Steve Smith and his leadership at the PTUs.
That's our challenge. We can't buy into the negativity, because there's too much at stake and we have too much going for us. I want to once again publicly thank Superintendent Brady. It's been how long have you been here? No.
15 minutes.
really, this risk, received many accolades, but for signing Race to the Top, and that was a lot of risk. It really wasn't a lot of risk. Risk is what you guys do every day. The Superintendent Brady could have chosen any model. No questions asked, any model. He chose labor management. The work begins. We're excited about it. And if anyone's listening and you're a betting person, forget the lottery, bet on Providence. Bet on Providence teachers.
Thank you, Mr.
These days, I've been president of the AFT for almost 2 years. I race around the country in search of places that are working or have the potential to work. And I am delighted to be in Providence because of both. Places that are working together and places that are taking up their challenges by working together rather than by screaming at each other. So you're doing this in a period of time when the bottom is flat. That's why what you're doing is so, part of what you're doing is so incredible, and why both Steve and Tom, when they talked about trust is so pivotal, and collaboration is so pivotal. Because ultimately, it can't just simply be, let's go back to the teachers and ask for them to work harder. Teachers work really, really, really hard. Teachers in this city are really dedicated. It is a matter of trying to do several things. Having good systems, as Tom said. Having a lot of professional development aligned to good curriculum. Having a good evaluation and development system for teachers so that we feel like there's a chance for us to actually do the job that people have asked us to do. Having the interventions and the supports for kids who are falling behind. Having, hopefully, squeezing every single dollar we can, even in this bad economic period of time, to have the outside supports that kids need so we could actually compete with poverty. The mayor is right. Having a building like this signals to the community of Providence that the facilities, when you have facilities that look good, it signals that this is important and that the community is important. And having a state-of-the-art gym or a state-of-the-art kitchen is important as part of that signal. But what wraps this all together is the collaboration. You can't buy collaboration. You can't put it in a contract. You can't buy trust. You can't put that in a contract. It's earned. It's not given. Sometimes it starts as a conflict. But at the end of the day, if we are going to try to change schools to help create opportunity for all kids in this ever-changing world, using the hard work and the dedication of the teachers we have and we so rely on, and trying to create new paths, new flexibility, new ways of thinking, the pivotal piece is collaboration and trust. And that is why I am in Providence today. Because everything you are doing, by having the superintendent here, the mayor here, president of the Senate, the union, what you're saying to the community at large is that we are engaged in a collaborative relationship to change our schools, particularly our struggling schools, working all together, not throwing anybody under the bus, in order to help our kids survive and thrive even in this tough economic time. That is breathtaking, and that is wonderful, and I thank you very much for having the courage to actually want to educate kids as opposed to just simply go out there and talk it. You are walking that walk, my friends.